Hello, friends. It's time to journal on Jeremy's Journal. Today, our journal entry is going to go like this. We're going to start with our growth area, which for today is talking about harnessing authenticity. Then, we're going to focus on gratitude for ourselves and for others in our life. Next, we're going to focus on our daily tasks for the week. And finally, we're going to look towards the future and plan out our day for tomorrow. Come journal with me. So let's start with our growth area, which is talking about harnessing authenticity. When I was 18, I had a religious group come to my door. We were talking about some of the things, and I had some of the things about the religion, and I had a background idea of what the religion would be. So I decided to, even though I was skeptical of the group, I decided to engage with this group and figure out what their whole deal is about, if they're any different from other religious sects. They gave me their book, and when I was reading it, I was like, I'm not too convinced that they're any different. But I had them over 2 more times to my house. I did a prayer, and they invited me out to church. It was only on the day that I was supposed to go out to church. They called me, and I wasn't going to show up. I don't think I ever was going to show up. But I didn't have the heart to tell them no until I was forced into a position where I had to say no. That was definitely an experience, but I think I could have cut it much shorter if I had just been honest with myself and open up front with my situation. Another time that really stings for me is when I had my myriad crushes in high school. I wasn't really able to tell them at all. I was too afraid of getting judged. It was only when I was forced into a situation to tell them, because it was either me or my friends, to tell this person that I liked them. So I'd rather it be me, but that caused a situation where I was basically forced into saying something, which was a little weird. Crushes are weird like that, yeah. So I have these moments where I can be authentic, but they were always colored with being forced into a position where I was really uncomfortable, and I had to be authentic in order to get out of the situation. But I knew I could have been authentic. I just wasn't using that power correctly. So as I got older, I started getting more comfortable with being honest with myself internally. Journaling really helped with this, because I was able to write down all my thoughts in their purest, rawest form. And it was a way to validate myself, because no one else could judge me for my thoughts, and then I could just have them live in this world where I knew that they weren't my full, complete thoughts, but they were a part of me that I didn't want to engage with. One of my therapists called this accepting the shadow. It's an interesting concept about being comfortable with your dark side. But I always did this internally. I still struggled with external connections. When I wanted to connect with someone who was attractive, or I found them distasteful, something about them that I wanted to say something to them, but I couldn't figure out how to be authentic and honest with them in the way that would be appropriate. So for a long time, I kind of just let my personal feelings live, but I couldn't externalize my feelings. But then along came an opportunity that I kind of just went for. It was stand-up. There was a stand-up club at my university, and I was able to tell stories and share my real raw thoughts. But as long as I turned it into a joke, it was able to be communicated and also kind of laughed at, but in a good way. You know what I mean? There's a lightness to my thoughts that I didn't have before. So doing stand-up allowed me to express myself while also being able to lighten up the mood and not have this like deep, dark seriousness that came with my journaling. And as a result, I started getting a lot more confident in externalizing and being authentic to other people outside of stand-up. I learned how to communicate my thoughts and feelings in a way that was lighter while still being honest and true to myself. I think this journey really taught me that you can have authentic thoughts and also be considerate of other people. As long as everyone is on the same page and you have good intention, I don't think it's a bad thing to like make a joke out of it or have something lighter to accompany it. But that was really my journey, and I'm really proud that I was able to get as far as I can. It only took 7 years. This is a little bit of my life, but having stand-up as a form of expression, like, I think it was super, super important. I could see like theater kids using their plays as a form of expression, or an artist who really needs to share their true thoughts, but they don't want to do it in a way that's like overwhelmingly serious. Art as like a painting is also a great way to do that. So I think if you can just find your niche as a way to turn your honest thoughts into something that's authentic yet a little bit lighter, I think that most people can learn how to be authentic, you know? And that's one of my core principles now. Without authenticity, then I wouldn't be where I am today. Yeah. Okay, now let's focus on gratitude. So gratitude for myself. I'm really proud of having a relaxing Christmas Eve. I did everything I needed to. I was really happy that I got groceries yesterday, so I didn't have to like panic about food today, which shows that I have like preparedness. I am forward thinking, organized. These are all traits that I really appreciate about myself now. So, as for others, I'm really grateful for my mother. She gave me a couple of good gifts. She gave me a windbreaker from Patagonia, which was super sick. Even though it's quite thin, I think it's a good alternative to what I currently have for my jacket. So I'm really grateful that I have, my life is a little bit improved by having her in my life, as well as like financial assistance if I need it. Yeah. Okay. And now let's talk about our daily tasks. So for the week, I did pretty good. I kept up with my sleep schedule. Oh, let's name the tasks first. Yes. So there are 5 tasks, actually 6 now. There is waking up at a reasonable time, exercising and stretching, self-authenticity, doing German, and improving my job and housing situation, with an extra one being, did I every day hit my 4 categories of survival? Those I can explain in a little bit when we get there. So let's start with sleep. For sleep, I was very consistent this week in waking up at 7 in the morning. I had a little bit of an issue in the first half, but in the latter half, I was really, really consistent. So I'm going to give myself full credit for that. I think I did really well this week. Next, we have exercise and stretch. I did 2 exercises this week. I worked out twice, and I worked out for at least an hour on one of them, and I did 15 to 30 minutes on the other one. So I'm going to say that's a half credit. I'm shooting for 3 workouts a week, so I basically did 1.5 workouts. So half credit for this week, but it's still really good compared to what I was doing earlier. And I was stretching every day, so maybe 3/4 of credit. Anyways, doesn't matter. Next is self-authenticity. I think I did extremely well on being self-authentic this week. I'm super proud of me being honest to everyone that's come into my life that's new. I found a lot of new friends lately, so I'm just being super honest with them, and they're responding in kind. It's been great. I'm going to give myself full credit for that. Next is German. I've been doing okay in German. I think this week I fell off a little bit, but I have the tools and the structure in place to get myself back on, but I'm still going to give myself half credit. Improving my job situation. I had to apply for unemployment, which sucks, but I think it's good because it gives me money to keep going, so I don't have to worry so much about the future, like the short-term future. I have something in place. So I think that's going to be a full credit for me this week. I needed unemployment to get me through. Yeah. And lastly, it's the 4 categories of survival. So I already mentioned one of them, sleep, but there's also diet, which includes food and water, exercise, which is what we already talked about, and relaxation time. There we go. So sleep and exercise are already cleared. I did pretty good on that. Diet, I kept up with my water quite a bit, and I had regular food this week, which is really, really important for me. So I think I cleared that one. And lastly, relaxation time. I think I did pretty good this week. I had a little bit of issues with drinking this week. It kind of messed up my sleep, but I think overall I'm going to give myself full credit. If I was a little harsher, I would give myself only 3/4 credit just because that relaxation did bleed quite a bit. But I think I'm going to be nice to myself because it's Christmas and say that I gave myself full credit. All right. Last but not least, it's to plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Day. I have a family friend that I'm going to be hanging out with for brunch. It should be a wonderful time. I already met up with my family today on Christmas Eve. So I'm going to kind of like spread the love and give other people who I've known for a really long time some spotlight, you know? Other than that, I don't really have anything else. Maybe applying for a job, but that's it. Yeah. It's a really relaxed Christmas day. I'm super happy about it. Okay. Well, that was the journal entry. If you enjoyed this, or if you think someone else would enjoy it to start on their journaling journey, you can share this video or give it a like. You can also subscribe to the channel for more updates about my life and my journaling journey. If you want to follow me in writing your own journal entry, there's a template in the description that you can use. I love seeing journal entry posted because it shows to me that you're committed just as I am on writing a journal and maintaining it and having something habitual that you come back to. Other than that, I wish you a great holiday season. I'm probably going to make a video for New Year's that's a little different from a journal entry. I think I'm going to do my year in review. Other than that, I think that's it. Yeah. Have a good rest of your year. Hope to see you back here on New Year's. And bye-bye.